we're not. I don't start until you go.
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
Yeah.
Although I might put that in.
Hey y'all. So we missed you guys so much. Tonight we are. I guess it's today. It's still daytime. Yeah, it's light out as you can see. We're gonna be reviewing Seeking Sister Wife season 4, episode 7.
We gotta be getting close to the end of the season, are we?
I feel like it. I feel like it's gonna be like a 10-episode season, is my guess. 10 episodes.
That's the thing with these reality shows; it's random.
Yeah, you never really know. You never really know.
The episodes of the season, a lot of them. I mean, maybe it's always this way, but this episode, and I think a lot of others,
Filler.
so much filler.
So much filler.
Yeah, you said it before I could. It's not fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's not fun to watch Obsidian pack a suitcase. That's not
No.
entertaining.
At all. No.
And his wife's like, "Oh, you got 2 different pairs of shoes." That's a joke I made last episode. Yeah, I find one is pretty good for walking, and the other one more for like a formal look. If we're going out to dinner or something.
Hey, you gotta.
How's that for a Obsidian impression? I think she's just beautiful. Way out of my league.
No. That sounded more.
She's just out of my league.
You're doing your Caitlyn Jenner voice.
No, I'm not. Like Caitlyn Jenner. Helicopter. Caitlyn Jenner is up here. Caitlyn Jenner.
But same tone.
Here's how I get into my Caitlyn Jenner voice.
Yeah.
I need a new propeller for my helicopter. I always go to helicopters.
If you guys rewatch the Kardashians, let us know because we have a lot to discuss on that.
Caitlyn Jenner is a helicopter enthusiast.
She is. She is also a bad. She's also a very bad person.
You know what I like about helicopters? They're not like my car. You can't run someone over with one because they're up in the air.
Safety first.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna start with the Merrifields. So
Hold on, was that a good impression of Caitlyn Jenner?
Yeah, your Caitlyn impression is
sometimes
good.
it's off though.
That one was a good one.
Maybe I was off.
No, that was a good one.
Thank
the
you.
The
I need
was
reassurance.
The Obsidian was not on.
Obsidian.
That was not on. But the Caitlyn was good.
I thought I kind of had it, but all right, whatever. Moving on.
Obsidian's good. But so
this isn't the place where I should be working out the impressions. Like I should bring them to the show.
This is raw.
This is raw. Dude, this is real, behind the scenes type shit.
Yeah, this is unprecedented type of content.
I'm like Rich Little. All right, let's go. I don't even want to explain.
The Merrifields. Danielle and Garrick. So they are, looking. Their new house, I guess, is almost done. And they kind of give us a little more detail on it. So it's like, they said like 4,000 or 5,000 square feet.
That's what they said?
Yeah. 4.
I thought it was 10. Why did you say 10?
No.
You were talking about you knew someone with, okay.
That's what I was saying. I was like,
their house is 5,000 square feet?
Yeah. That's why I was like, this is so small. Because I knew people with like a 4-person family, like parents and 2 kids. Yeah. And they had 10,000 square feet. Obviously mansions. But still, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, 5,000
they're doing
not much.
3 parents, the grandparents, and 2 kids, hopefully a baby.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's insanity.
And this guy builds houses.
That's his literal.
It's like his thing.
Like his company. He owns a company that builds houses.
But he also said this. He said he builds custom houses.
Yeah.
So a lot of those really big houses, they're those cookie cutter houses that they build all the same type of houses in a neighborhood. Sure. It's like a cul-de-sac where all the houses are the same. Sure. And they save a ton of money because they just use the same architecture for every house. You know what I mean? Like, so you just literally are just throwing up the same house over and over again.
Right.
So maybe there's something about custom houses that's like more expensive or something.
Maybe, but also it's like he's the one who owns the company, so couldn't he like cut some of those costs?
I assume he is, right?
Right.
It's also like in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
They're like literally in a forest, right?
Right. Yeah.
How are they in? Where do they live? Wyoming? For some reason,
I thought it was Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, Denver area is really expensive, but like, I'm starting to think they're not as rich as I had formerly thought.
I don't know. It's hard to get a gauge on them, and as we know, Garrick's family has cut him off, so I'm sure that's I'm sure that's affected.
Maybe he was getting money from mom and dad, yeah.
Maybe, or families kind of like, the money circulates in a family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if one person, it's kind of like it's all kind of ours. So it could definitely be that.
I mean, that's the way you see it.
We're not gonna get into this.
I got my own money. I don't know.
Okay. So.
Ouch.
So Danielle and Garrick.
Let's see if I can get her to attack me by the end of the episode.
We're getting there. We are getting there.
You said save this footage for the divorce, so I can make sure for our Johnny Depp trial.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm Johnny Depp. Can't you tell by all my rings and my scarves? And my scissor fingers.
The house is 5,000 square feet, okay? It looks a little, from what they're saying, I think it's too small for what they need.
Yeah.
And what also was weird about it is they're saying that Garrick gets his own room as the king of the house, whereas Bert and Danielle will share a bedroom when they're not with him. So whoever is not sleeping with Garrick that night will sleep in the shared woman room.
That sounds awful.
Yeah.
You got like a roommate on your off days. I feel like that's how migrant workers live.
Yeah.
Like they all sleep in a little house and they share beds.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible.
Right.
They each of them should get their own room.
Right.
And then I guess they could take turns sleeping in Garrick's room. Or how about this? They each get their own room and Garrick goes from one room to the other.
That's usually how it goes.
That way you still have your private space and Garrick is like, whatever, I'm sleeping in everyone's bed.
Right.
I don't get it.
I think it's a trash idea. And then, they have
this also, I did want to say, this whole scene was as boring as City and packing a suitcase. Like, they're just walking around a house, like, talking about packing or unpacking their belongings. This episode sucked.
And then at one point, Danielle is like, "Oh, let's call Beta and try to update her." But ain't answering.
They can't. How is that a moment to put on television?
They must
a missed call.
I think I don't know. Something's going down because they're not getting any footage. Leah's gone, and that was quick.
Yeah.
And now
that was maybe fake, right?
I think it could have been fake. And then now they can't even get a hold of Bart. Like, what is happening here? Y'all was number one couple last season. This season, I'm damn near ready.
They weren't even in last episode. I don't think.
I said last season.
I know, but I think their family was left out of last episode.
Well, everyone gets out left out.
I know, but then they come back with nothing.
Right.
Like no interesting thing. It's like
right.
They're just not bringing a lot to the table.
Right.
Yeah, did anything else happen with them?
No. So let's go on to the next.
Was that how the episode started with that?
I
thought it started with Obsidian for some reason.
I don't know. It's not what it's saying, but that doesn't make a difference.
Whatever.
Right?
We'll get to it.
So next we have the Epps family. Mark. So basically, Marcus is talking about he's going to go on a date with this Raven, I think is her name.
Janae.
Janae. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, what happened to Bina? He said, Bina there, done that.
Yikes.
I'm off to Janae. I have nothing for Janae.
But yeah, apparently he met her.
He said I was kind of mad at her. She was being a bitch.
So he said he met Janae after he and Taryn had separated and he hadn't met India yet. So that was back in that. But then it didn't work out between him and Janae, I guess. But now they've reconnected and he wants to try to add her to the family. But she doesn't know he's in 2 relationships.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna fly her out, wine and dine her, and then be like, BT dubs, I got 2 wives, you still into it?
So the whole episode, their whole part introduces, he's like, I'm going on a date with this Janae girl, like you said, he's known her. And then he slowly, just casually is like, by the way, she doesn't know that I'm married twice. How do you set up a date, fly out the girl,
right?
And neither of your wives comes up in conversation one time in this process. Neither of the wives that you live with, the goofy situation that you're trying to get her married to you in like a few months so you could keep this charade going with the polygamy.
Yeah, Marcus.
It's insane.
It's looking real weak.
Yeah.
I don't like this dude. But yeah, so we get the information. We also see a little bit of interaction between him and India, and how she basically admits, she's like, I don't really want another wife.
Yeah.
She basically admits it because they're having a discussion on curfew, and I don't know why.
She throws a couple things at him. She's like, you got a 3 a.m. curfew. They fight about that, and then she's like, there should only be 2 wives living here at any one time.
Yeah. And then he's like, it doesn't seem like you want more wives, and then she's like, actually, yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like, it seems like, I don't know, this doesn't really. I think he should go ahead and bow out.
Yeah, I think India should leave.
I think they both should leave, but India, I think.
What is so great about this guy? Like, for real, like, India doesn't even have kids by him, does she? The other one does, I think.
I think so. I don't know.
Like, why stay with him? He does this thing too. I thought was the most annoying thing. He goes, well, what if I'm out till 4 a.m. because we're just having like such a great time? Then you should be happy for me because I'm coming back and I got a good story for you. Like, this is the trade-off. Like, you let me do whatever I want and you get to live vicariously through me when I have fun. And I tell you about it, and then that's fun for you.
Man.
That is a bad deal.
That's a terrible deal.
That is a really bad deal.
Terrible deal. Like, he was serious.
That's like kids on the playground. Like, give me your rare Pokemon card. Just give it to me. Because if I have it, then I'll be able to make this awesome Pokemon situation. And then I'll tell you about it. Like, give me all your toys. Kids would do this to each other when I worked with kids all the time.
Really?
They would basically manipulate each other for toys. It's got the whole same vibe. You know what I mean? Like, I'll come back and I'll give you 2 rare Pokemon cards, and then it's just gone. Give me your fidget spinner. So just let me have it for a day.
The moral of this story is, Marcus don't need no damn toys, okay? He don't need no more damn toys.
Yeah.
He playing too much.
Also, if he snuck on the playground, I don't know if I could tell apart from the other kids.
No, not if it was a 6th grader.
I'm like, damn, you got a beard pretty young, buddy.
Puberty's all out of whack for you. It must be those hormones in the food.
Yeah.
So that's what we get with them. I think that's pretty much it. Next we have Obsidian and now Arielle. And I think they're on like their 2nd day or something. I don't know. They wake up together and they make sure to let us know that they had sex, right? Or they were intimate.
They had sex, I think.
Yeah,
I don't remember how we knew, but we did.
They definitely did. And they go on a boat and they feel like their connection is deepened and they seem to be having a good time. Honestly, it wasn't really any tea.
I don't feel like I look great in a swimsuit, but watching Obsidian walk around the beach and like hunch over in the sand and is super pale, his shitty chest tattoo, I was like, come on, let's next. Like, let's get past this. Although I think they do that on purpose to like humiliate them. Yeah. Like, the people watching at home are gonna love Obsidian and his shitty tattoo.
Obsidian was not. It wasn't his.
Or how about when Nick's in the hot tub and they're just showing that girl's ass for like 5 minutes straight?
Let's go ahead.
Let's
go ahead and get to that. I think we're done with the Obsidian and then nothing else really to say.
Yeah, they eat. There was one thing. What's her name?
Arielle.
Arielle is like. They're asking her in an interview if she's attracted to him.
Right.
And she goes, yeah. I really like how he's nerdy looking and he thinks I'm really hot. That was what she said.
I like that.
I like that, but it was like it didn't sound like she was answering the question. Like she wasn't given evidence that she's attracted to him.
She likes it. She's mentioned it multiple times. She likes the nerdy look.
She likes the look, but that doesn't mean she's attracted to it.
I think she is. From based off of their interview,
Okay.
I think she's attracted to him. I think she's also English is not her first language.
I think women are different than guys about this, but it's like, do you look at a guy who's like a fucking nerd and you're like, what? Because like the people who are into that, because I'm like trying to think, like, do guys do that? Like, does guys who are into like, I don't know, rockabilly girls or something, and they like get a boner for,
I guess,
some bangs?
I guess. I think so.
I don't know.
Some people are, you know, getting hard for the bangs.
That's just weird to me to be like, when I see Obsidian, I just like, I have to go to the bathroom, put some Kleenex in my panties. I don't want to, you know, like Obsidian, dude. You see his Dreamcatcher tattoo? Oh my god. I don't know what it was. I think he's Wiccan. Ooh.
I also think he's tall. I think he's tall.
He's tall.
I think.
He's taller than both the women.
Yeah.
Tasha seems short.
Tasha doesn't seem that short. She seems like average. Well, maybe like short average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would guess that Arielle is taller than Tasha.
No, I think she's shorter than Tasha.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
But yeah, that's what's going on with them. So I think we're ready to go to the Davis family.
Yeah.
All right. So the wonderful Davis family, Nick the researcher. So Nick.
Would it be cool if Nick just like walked around wearing like a lab coat and a stethoscope or something? Like he just would dress like smart people on different days.
Yeah.
He just have like a microscope or something.
That would be fun.
Just keeping up appearances.
Next day he's a detective, has a little magnifier.
Yeah. Just wearing different job costumes around the house.
So on this episode, we see Nick kind of talking to Danielle about what would it look like and what would it mean to bring her in as the third wife, and he lets her know that kind of what their kind of situation would be that they if she was a third wife, they'd want to eventually bring in a fourth wife so that she could marry the fourth wife, kind of like Jennifer and April have done.
Jennifer and April are married to each other?
Yes.
Right.
So he basically wants another wife for Danielle so they can do the same thing.
Yeah.
And of course,
so there's some connection between them.
Right, and they'll all change their name to Nick's last name, Davis. Hot mess.
Yeah, it's so weird. It is a nice loophole that he could just get out of there too.
And they're stuck.
Although, you wouldn't want to marry him because you're not getting half of his stuff. He's getting half of your stuff.
Right.
He's the one who doesn't work, you know what I mean?
Right.
And he's the one who's, wants the, to keep, what do they say? Like, you get to keep your same lifestyle, right. Yeah. So he's the one who would get the money in a divorce.
This is true.
So in a sense, this whole marriage agreement actually favors the women. In the case of a divorce.
There you go. We got a big Nick fan over here. So.
I'm not saying pro or minus Nick right now. I'm just saying what it is.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because at first I was like, this sounds good for Nick because he could just run if he needs to. But actually, he doesn't get anything from running.
Right.
He's getting all the benefits from being there, how it's set up now.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on with them. And I think from there, they go into the hot tub, right?
So they're on this cabin trip, right?
It's still on the cabin trip, sorry.
Yeah.
And then so they go into the hot tub, and we see Nick practicing what they call hovering over his loves.
Helicoptering.
Oh, helicoptering over his love.
He's good at helicoptering around his love.
Yeah. And
I think he's also good at helicoptering around his dick. That's what you usually call helicoptering when you swing your dick.
Oh, really? This is like, I was thinking, I remember helicopter, we played like in elementary school when we would, like with the jump rope, like.
Yeah.
But now, different meaning.
Helicoptering around your love sounds like Caitlyn Jenner's dream.
Oh.
She loves helicopters.
Not sexually, though.
I'm Caitlin. How's that one? Where's your helicopter? No.
Now you sound like crazy.
I just want to hang out with my daughter more.
That was good.
Kanye West is my first black friend.
This is going somewhere. I think it was Lamar. But
it was probably Lamar. Well, no, he played sports.
I'm just kidding.
He probably had black friends because he was like a sport athlete, his whole life.
Right.
Yeah.
Very true. But yeah, so Nick is doing his helicoptering around his love or whatever, where he kind of tries to kind of like take a not backseat, but he kind of like tries to observe and share his time. Spend a little time here, move to the other bitch. Touch this girl's hair, move over her, caress her, something. Like kind of I guess making sure everyone gets their individualized attention.
See, that's the thing about him is like, here's another thing: he doesn't work.
Right.
What his job is he watches them.
Right.
And make sure they're all like happy. Yeah, like he really is like he's like got this fragile situation and he spends all his energy, and I think that's part of it. His little like going from person to person.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I think if any of them were like more self-aware or something, they'd be like, if I was there, I'd be like, I see what you're doing and this is gross.
Right.
Like how you're just like trying to keep the balloon from hitting the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he goes to one person, he goes to the next.
Yeah.
Like when you try and keep the balloon up in the air.
Analogy.
Yeah. And then you look at the new girl and she's just like having a panic attack in the hot tub.
Danielle looks like she's damn near ready to fall out.
And I assume it's out of jealousy because they leave.
Right.
And all of a sudden she's happy.
She was more chill.
Yeah.
Still anxious, I would say, but more chill.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's some weird shit, y'all. It's some weird shit. That's all that happened with. Anything else happened with them?
I mean, then it's the scene where he holds the new girl's butt up to the camera. They show it for like a long time.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
That was a lot. But Danielle is secure in herself, and we love a confident queen.
Danielle is the girl?
Yeah.
The new girl?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's secure in herself. Do you? Do you really think that?
No, I just want to see more nice things.
She's secure in herself and having her butt in the camera.
Yeah,
I bet she thinks her butt is her good feature, and she's like, yeah, show it off a little for the folks at home.
Folks at home.
Yeah.
Yes, the folks at home. God, we got love for you, Danielle. We want the best for you. We really do. I think that's all.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
Okay.
Damn, you're speeding through this episode.
There weren't that many couples. I mean, there weren't what's going on. I could try to find stuff.
No, it's fine. I think the folks at home appreciate a short episode.
Yeah.
The folks at home, our fans.
We love you at home.
Should we talk about Michael Jackson or something? I know.
Jackson or something. All right.
What's in the news? You hear about that monkey? Anyway.
I could kill that.
That monkey who stole that baby.
I'm just exhausted. But it's been lovely hanging out with y'all. Till next time.
Later.
Bye.